Welcome, guys, to the Female Pro League YouTube channel where we're featuring a very exciting interview series with the players and teams of the Call of Duty Season 3 of the Female Pro League. So, I am here today in this video with the captain of Pnda Gaming, and that's going to be BlondeVenom or Helena. So, how are you today?
Good. How about you?
Good, good. So your team is consisting so far of Brilliant K, Netflix, and COD, Blush, and yourself. Very exciting because you guys have all veterans on the squad. I know Brilliant K, Netflix, and COD teamed together on SB and EX, and Blush as well was on Luminosity and I believe Lethal Gaming last season. All fantastic performers of the season. So let's get right into the questions. So you guys got 5th seed after the qualifiers, and I believe you qualified in the first season, didn't get to play much in the league, but all your other teammates have played in the FPL. So how was your journey in the qualifiers? And how is it going to be like into the league?
The qualifiers was a little nerve-wracking because we didn't know if Berlin would make it home from work in time. So we were like a little freaked out. But everything went fine and qualifiers were good. We got to play some teams that we never got to play before, which was really nice. We got to have our experience playing the European teams, which was also pretty fun.
Yeah, lots of Europeans qualify. I feel like even more Europeans came this time, and even some newer faces. Like I'm interviewing QP later, and they've never played FPL, and they got a great seed as well. So tons of new faces. Is there any particular teams or players you look forward to facing? Any rivalries, or just people you're excited in general to face?
I'm definitely looking forward to playing Fury. I think those will be really good games because we've never scrimmed them before. Maybe we have in the beginning of the game, maybe one map, but we haven't had any practice with them at all. We've played Riot in the qualifiers. We played Illicit. We played a lot of other teams, but Shicky's team mainly. We scrim Shicky's team almost like every night. But I'm really looking forward to playing Fury. That'll be good games.
That will be some good games. Looking forward to the league. And so yourself and your team have played fantastic in the qualifiers, and of course your teammates are huge, like I said, veterans in the FPL. So how did this team come together, and how did you pick these girls to be on your squad, and what do you look for in a teammate?
It was so hectic at first, let me tell you. It's always so crazy at the beginning of the season trying to find a team. And everyone's just kind of running with a bunch of people, running with teams of twos, running with teams of threes, just trying to look for what meshes. So I think at first it was kind of Blush and I as a team of two-ish. Like we were a really tentative team of two. And then Haley and Berlin were a solid team of two. And Emily and I ran with a couple other teams of two. And after heavy deliberation and a lot of weeks of scrims, we finally picked Berlin and Haley because we just thought we meshed with them chemistry-wise.
Yes, I mean all the puzzle pieces coming together, and I was so excited because like Berlin K, Netflix, and COD have been like teaming with those other two on EX and SB, and they've always kind of been together in the FPL. And now you're finally coming in, which is exciting. Yeah. And Blush has been here and there with different teams, so looking forward to see how you guys are going to do in the league. So now talking about the roles, so obviously Infinite Warfare has different roles that switch over all the time. But who's like your main in-game leader? Do you guys have like a hype girl, objective player, or someone who just like a roaming slayer, things like that?
I'm definitely the in-game leader when it comes to sort of like calling out, making calls, that sort of thing. Our objective player is definitely Berlin. Berlin has put in a lot of time switching from more of a support role to more of an OBJ. She's put in countless hours trying to work on that for us as a team to get better. So I think actually this team plays really selflessly. This is one of the only teams that I've ever been on that doesn't bitch a lot in game, really just focuses up and, gets the kills that they need. But the main slayer for sure is Blush. She is our kill getter. Basically, her role is to literally roam the map and get kills. Like, that's just what she does, and she's damn good at it. So
yeah, she really is good at it. And do you guys have like that hype girl, somebody who like screams in the call, or are you guys all just keeping each other motivated?
You know what? It's almost all of us. Like, if one of us goes off, everyone starts getting hype. So it's honestly depending on the first person who gets like their, the big four piece, and like then it just goes downhill from there. Everyone's hype, everyone's good. So.
So now going into the game modes, maybe some weaknesses and strengths. So hardpoint, S&D, uplink, respawn, not respawn. Does your team strive in any sort of game mode? And do you have any weaknesses in certain maps?
If you asked my team this question, they would have a totally different answer than when you would ask me. They love search and destroy more than anything else in the freaking world, and I am like one of the worst search and destroy players on
Oh
the
no.
face of the earth. I'm definitely a respawn player, but since you're asking me this question, I'm gonna say that our strong suit is uplink. I think since we work as a team and really have strong call outs and communication, that uplink is one of our best game modes for sure.
That's for sure. And then, what is Berlin K going to be handling the drone, and you're going to be kind of directing the push, I guess. And
Yeah,
Blush is
yeah.
just going to kill everything.
She's just gonna go and kill everything. But actually on Uplink, I start becoming a little bit more of a slayer and help Blush out with those plays. And Berlin just has so many good solo plays, and if we just play around her, like there's no way we're losing an Uplink,
Right.
man. We actually scrimmed a lot of girls, and we can all go negative in an Uplink map and still win the game. So that's
That's
happened
funny.
multiple times. It's just all about working together. So
Taking
I think we're
advantage of
good
the
at it.
kills, right?
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure, for sure.
And then in S&D, they're just going to like give you the bomb if you're not too sure, and they're going to
Oh,
just
that's
kill
definitely
around
me.
you or
I'm
something.
definitely, yeah, I'm definitely the bomb planner. I'm definitely like, I know Blush always tells me to trust in myself more. She always tells me if I play S&D like I play my respawn, that, it'll get my confidence up and we can play better. But yeah, I'm a little timid there. So that's definitely something we have to clean up moving forward.
And the hard point is in the middle, or
Yeah, the hard point, we win maps, we lose maps. We definitely have our favorites and our least favorites, and we've been really trying and working pretty hard to get our least favorites up to par with our other maps. And that's, to the credit of Berlin for switching roles and helping us move forward as a team, for sure.
for sure. So now the final question, I think what everyone wants to know is what's your team's strategy in really conquering the FPL or conquering the other teams in the FPL for season 3?
It's kind of crazy because you kind of have to play it one game at a time. And especially in this crazy game, Infinite Warfare, you can't play, like, say, you can't play Fury like you play Illicit. You can't play teams the same way. A lot of teams, have good counter strategies and can counter what you do better than other teams. So you kind of have to switch your play style up according to who you play. So really, the strategy is just seeing who you play first and taking care of that, and then going on to the next one, seeing who you play, taking care of that, just boom, 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 right in a line.
So match at a time, and
One match
just
at a time.
focusing one match at a time, and then maybe going after and looking over some mistakes, any team studying, maybe it's different strategies for different teams. And it's going to be really exciting to see how you guys do.
Yeah, it's hard in this game because there's no theater mode, so you really have to be aware of what you're doing at all times and aware of what your teammates are doing at all times because you can't really go back and look at it unless, someone streams and you can watch it, but then again, you're only getting one perspective.
Right.
So it's a little bit more difficult, so you have to really be aware of who is where on the map, who's looking where, who's supposed to be where. So it's a little tricky in this game.
Yeah, map awareness definitely key in this game. But that will conclude the interview with Miss BlondeVenom from Pnda Gaming. So I'd like to thank you for coming on and hope you guys check out the rest of the YouTube channel with other interviews with other teams from both the NA and the EU side coming up with either myself or Paradox. So thank you for coming on and good luck in the league. And that's going to conclude the video, guys. So see you later.
Yeah.